Welcome to the Blue Collar Barbarians podcast, brought to you by the Blue Collar Barbarians Network. And we got a good one for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, today's going to be just a quick little hitter, and we're going to go over a couple things that I learned coaching this year, just some afterthought and reflection that I wanted to share with you all today. And I want to shout this out to my 8th grade boys. They were warriors this year. We went out battling. These boys were tough. I mean, they were absolutely tough, and it was incredible to witness, not only as a father watching my son play football this year and get better, probably have his best season yet, but to watch these boys develop and mature. And it left me with just thinking about some things and some things I wanted to share. You guys remember when we were kids and people believed in us for real, and it was almost like the dice hadn't been rolled yet with your life, right? Think back to that feeling in the 90s for those of us that were alive then. But think back to that feeling when the jury wasn't out yet on your talent. The jury wasn't out yet on what you were capable of or what you would end up. You know, your attitude may be young and immature, but your athleticism is still not quite developed, but you're kind of just that random person. And I think back to these times because that was when you could just play the game without any kind of, you didn't even know what to think for yourself, right? You turn on the TV or you'd play on the PlayStation or the Xbox or the Nintendo or the Sega Genesis or whatever it was that you had back then. And you'd play these basketball games like Monster Jam. I don't know if you guys remember that, but you'd play these basketball games and you wouldn't even care about being a certain player or a certain kind of character. You just had fun playing. And someday I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to dunk the basketball. I'm not going to be Kobe per se, but I'm going to be the guy that dunks a basketball. I'm going to hit threes. And this is back when you had that belief, right? You just believed, young and immature, you believed you could do whatever you wanted. And coaching football this year kind of was refreshing to see, just to think back and reflect on where life's come. And I really wanted to share a couple thoughts on that because I think it's really important that as parents and as coaches and literally also on the job site as in the leadership roles, that how important it is that we inspire our people and how important it is we point out positives and how important it is that we back people and give them a little push. And you never know what anybody's got going on. You don't know what their home life looks like, where they come from, what they're missing, what they have. All we know is that we showed up to do a job. In this case, these boys, they showed up to learn football. They showed up to learn how to win. They showed up to develop their skill sets. And it was really interesting to me as I watched these kids. I was a strength and conditioning coach, right? So my job was to torture them legally. I got to push these kids to their limit and talk about things like mental discipline and fortitude and winning and grit and having heart and playing with integrity and intensity and discipline. Discipline is what we pounded into these kids' heads. And we got to talk to them about how we believed in them. And that hasn't changed. But I wanted to share this thought with you guys. I wanted to think about what are we doing to encourage people beyond what they think is capable? What are we doing to help people develop belief within themselves or to encourage them, not only on the job site, but just in our day-to-day interactions? So we had these kids and they were tough as nails, man. And I would push these kids. We'd do up downs. We would do burpees. We'd be doing sprints back and forth. We'd be doing push-ups. We'd be doing crunches, right? And I got away from the old archaic style of strength and conditioning where I just have the kids run 240s or run ladders and do sprints or just death by cardio, bear crawl 400 yards, run 300 yards. And we tried to get to a point where we could make it fun. And not only could we make it fun, but we wanted to do the kind of exercises that were beneficial for them, quick twitch muscle group stuff, right? So you go from laying flat on your face to a sprint, right? So boom, up and you're down, or you're doing Squat-tober was a thing. And these boys, I mean, they got their squats in Squat-tober, let me tell you. But just these little like basic body weight things that would push you, and more than anything, they'd mentally shape them and make them have to dig into their heart and their grit and actually learn to work through adversity and have some tenacity to them, right? But it made me think as I'd watch these kids, because some of these kids are, it's kids, right? They come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and athletic abilities. And it was really cool to watch these kids grit their teeth and push it. Now, one of the things about being the kill hat, if you will, the discipline coach or the strength and conditioning coach is you're yelling a lot and you're doing this. But these boys, they didn't take it personal. And that's one thing that I really observed and I liked is I watched them not take things personal and push the envelope, right? So I would say, let's say kill on down, right? Down, kill, and, or let's say win on down, right? So down, win. And these kids, they would push and you could see them start to come to life through the suck fest. And it reminded me of my time in the Marine Corps when, in boot camp, when they were essentially rewriting the way that you operate and the disciplines that you operate at. And I would literally take that moment to my advantage. To one, I would relish being tortured because there was something about just pushing myself, and I knew what I wanted to do was become the best version of myself. So the more push-ups, the more sit-ups, the more weight I would lose, the more shape I would change, right? And so it was really cool to watch these kids kind of take their own version. They're not in boot camp, mind you, but they're in sports. And it was cool to see them take their own interpretation of this and then become warriors. They became gladiators in the arena. They became just battle-hardened and ready young men. And it was really encouraging. But as I watched this, I realized it occurred to me that not everybody comes from having a support system. Not every one of these kids is told, hey, I believe in you. Not every one of these kids is told, like, you could be something when you grow up with hard work and tenacity and grit. Not every one of these kids comes from a situation where people at home maybe care as much, right? And that's not to take away from any of these kids' parents as a disclaimer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not judging parenting. I'm just saying you never know the background that these people are coming from. And I watched these kids become their own family. They became what they were missing in their moments where they were coming up short, in the moments of suffering. They became their own hype man. They became each other's hype man. They became a unit, and that's that culture. And this is that championship mindset and that championship cultures, I think, that really is the difference maker. And I want to just take a second to, I want to congratulate you boys, because I know some of you guys watch this. I want to congratulate you on learning what it's like to dig the hell in. And I want to congratulate you on becoming young men. I'm finishing your last year of middle school football as an 8th grader, and next year you're going into high school. And I want to just tell you I'm proud. I'm very, very proud of you. And I just want you to know that you could literally be, for real, anything you want to be. The world is still yours to shape. But it's going to take work, guys, just like we practice all season. It's going to take a lot of work. And it's going to take dedication, and it's going to take discipline, and it's going to take a level and an edge that you're going to have to come up with yourself, and you're going to have to hone, and you're going to have to become that sword that cuts the head off like we talked about all year. And I just want you guys to know that I believe in you. If nobody else does, I do. But what I really want you to work on is believing in yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one coming to save you. You're the only one in charge of driving that car or driving that vehicle of success or whatever that looks like for you. So if that's the NFL, if that's college football, whatever those goals are, I want you to attack it with tenacity. I want you to come with a fire in your soul knowing I got this when I step on that field. But that starts now in the gym. That doesn't come August is, it's daily doubles, and now it's this and that, boys. I'm going to tell you the truth. It becomes becoming one of the 1%. And let me tell you what the 1% does. They don't wait. They don't sleep. They don't hesitate. They obsess. They become very mindful and very eccentric about what they want, and they can picture it, and they visualize it, and they manifest success into reality. And for those of you that don't know what the term manifest, that means they think it into reality. They believe it. They see it. It's what they consume. It eats, breathes. It's everything to them. And I want to encourage you, if you really want it, young men, than to strike now. Don't wait. Jump in the gym, go on runs, push yourself in the elements. It's raining, it's cold, who cares? Go out there and become that monster, become that beast that I know you are. We all believe in you. All your coaches believed in you all season. But I want to encourage you to become that monster so that when you walk on that field as a freshman, not only do you crush them little weak sophomores that we watched all year, but you crush your goals and you set that bar so high for yourself that you become this uncontrollable beast that every time you hit people, they're afraid. When you run by them, you're faster than them. I mean, you guys have all the potential in the world, and I just want you to know, because nobody told me that I would be anything. All I got was the doubt, but I want you to know that I don't have a doubt. My only doubt is that you doubt yourself, and I pray to God you don't, because you guys are so much more capable, and you deserve so much more. And for those of you adults that are listening to this and that can apply this, I want you to take this message, and I want you to flip this on its head for the people that you encounter on the job site. Okay, this show is about winning. This show is about elevating yourself. If you can find a way to pick your team up, to become that source of inspiration, that source of fuel that fires everybody around them up, that is always chipper, that is always gritty, that has always got a solution to a problem, then you could be that person that literally comes to the table and offers these guys gold bars, making yourself so incredibly valuable that they can't let you go even if they wanted to, that they wouldn't let you go if they had to, because you're a leader, because you're an impact. And I want to encourage you, for those that doubt themselves or for those that need a little bit of a pick-me-up this morning, I want to tell you, you got this. You heard me. You got this. I want to encourage you to know who you are. You're a beast. You're a barbarian. And you come ready for that fight every day when you walk on that job site. You lace your boots up no different than I do. You pull those pants up. You get your jeans all buckled up, tightened up, ready to go, got your rain gear on. Whatever that looks like for you, you come and you become a champion amongst mere men. You become that 1% on the job that drives the people around you to greatness by the way that you live your life. When you wake up, you hit the gym in the morning, you drink your water, you do the things that are different. You don't come in hungover looking like a sob sack of shit. You come in hungry to grow and to learn and to push those around you. And you got that inside of you, brother. You got that inside of you, sisters. You got that inside of you, barbarians. I believe in you. We all believe in you, and we're all watching you. Now is the time. No more sleeping. No more taking it easy. No more doing just enough to get by. This is where we come to life. This is where we draw our sword. We put the line in the sand and we say, we are the 1%. We are the difference. We are worth the money. We are here to win.